Hello and welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. Can you see where we're... Oh, listen, I've just heard an animal roar. Can you see where we are? We're at Blackpool Zoo. We're going to go and find out about the new, improved, extended and fancy home that the penguins are getting. So I'm quite excited, as you can imagine, me liking all things furred and feathered and all kinds of animals. So don't forget, make sure before you get any further, before we get into the meat and bones, I shouldn't say that really, should I? Before we get into this video, make sure that you've subscribed, make sure you've hit that bell, give this video a like, and please share it with your friends and ask everybody that you know to subscribe to Visit Fylde Coast and help our channel to grow. Come with me and we'll go and see what we can find out. I'm doing it again, aren't I? Standing in the middle of the road. So for anybody not familiar with Blackpool Zoo, the building that you can just see over the top of the trees there is the Victoria Hospital. I know it well, unfortunately. These are what used to be the old aircraft buildings at Blackpool Airport when the airport was over here, and I think that's the back of what used to be the old Elephant House, although with my sense of orientation I could be completely wrong. If I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments. And this is the main entrance to the zoo. So over there behind the trees is East Park Drive, which is the main road, and at the other side of the main road is Stanley Park, the beautiful Stanley Park and Gardens. So you can have quite a nice day out in this neck of the woods. So it's a pay and display car park, and as it says, the parking payments all contribute towards animal care. Just imagine feeding all those mouths, it's bad enough trying to feed Kevin. And the zoo was opened on the 6th of July 1972. Now here's a name from the past, by Johnny Morris. And it's open every day except, I think it's just Christmas Day? Yeah, Christmas Day. Lovely day out. I enjoy a visit to the zoo. So we'll go and find the penguins. So you've left your car, you've parked in the car park, and this is the main entrance. And as you arrive, you go through a sort of an entrance vestibule, and there's a shop and a cafe and the ticket hall and all that kind of stuff. So this is the shop, which is full of animal themed gifts and things. This is the queue-in gate, 40% off in March. You've got local utility bills. I think we're queuing. Are we queuing? No, we're not. There's quite a lot of people about actually. I don't know why, I expected it to be quiet, but it's not, it's full. This is where they do the free flying birds. The parrot show with the well-trained obedient, well-behaved ones. This is the cafe. This is one of the places that was improved and changed. In fact, it looks like they're doing some more improvements again. Looking at the building work that's going on at the front here. When the new owners, the current owners, took over, they started going through the place with what Chrissy would have called a dose of salts, and started improving stuff and making changes. So the elephant house is in that sort of general direction. I think it's a dinosaur that's roaring actually. And the current owners are, pardon my pronunciation, Parks Reunidos, and they're the second largest European operator with about 60 odd parks all over the world. And they've owned it since 2007. And as I said, they started doing all kinds of improvements and updates, and this looks like some more work that's going off. When it's out of season in Blackpool, there's always loads of building work everywhere you look. Everywhere you look, I can see a monkey, and it's not the one I'm married to. I can also see a duck. Anyway, I'm not looking for builders or monkeys or ducks for that matter. There's a, go on, what's that called? Moorhen there. Or seagulls. You could have a couple of them, look. We've come to look for penguins. Well, the penguins are on holiday at the moment, so we're not actually going to see any penguins themselves because they're residing in temporary accommodation with their own pool while their own house is being done up. And we're going the right way, look. We're going the right way, we're going in the direction for the penguins. So these penguins are very lucky penguins because they're having building work done. They've got the builders in as well. And it's £100,000 worth of building work. So now you can see why I said that they were lucky. Oh, look at these flamingos. Aren't they just beautiful? What a colour. What a colour. There's a heron down here as well. I'll show you that in a second. Aren't they just beautiful? Goodness me. I can hear Kevin saying, why's that pink duck only got one leg? And a little bit more native and not actually, strictly speaking, a zoo resident. Right in centre screen at the moment, I've got a beautiful heron. Because of course there's a huge heronry. I think you've seen me watching him. There's a huge heronry at Stanley Park at the lake. You see something, isn't there? Is he going? Is he going? I'll tell you something, anybody that's got a fish pond will tell you they look enormous when they're in your garden. This story's going to take some telling, isn't it, if I keep getting distracted every time I see a pretty bird or a nice animal. We're going to be here a while. Anyway, back to my penguins. £100,000 of building work. And it started in January this year. And it's supposed to be completed this spring, sort of early spring. And there's various kind of strands to this work that's being done. I think that's what you call feeding time at the zoo, that. Aren't they gorgeous? They're absolutely beautiful. Another look. Right, I'll try and concentrate. We're at the penguin enclosure, so we've arrived sort of at our destination. So there's two reasons why they're doing this. They're putting in, as you can see, there is a net over. I was going to say they're putting a net over, but it looks like that's already up. And that's to protect the penguins from bird flu. Because as you've seen as we've been walking through the zoo, there are seagulls, like this one here, having a nap. There are seagulls all over the place. And they're obviously quite attracted to the food that the penguins eat. So we don't want seagulls landing in their enclosure with bird flu and smittling the penguins. So this netting is all new, and that will keep the wild birds out. The beach is 8 times bigger, so they've got 8 times more space to do whatever they're doing, and we've got a viewing hall here to look through. Penguins of the world. And the beach is actually made from sand which is being imported from an estuary at the River Mersey. I was curious to know how many tonnes have been brought in, but couldn't seem to find the answer to that. So apparently there's space for double the number of penguins that normally live at the zoo. And the penguins that live at the zoo are called, are you ready? Another bit of Yorkshire pronunciation for you. Magellanic penguins. I think I've said that properly. And they are different to the penguins that you see on, you know, when you watch David Attenborough and the penguins are sort of huddling their eggs near the feet. Look, there's one up there trying to get in for some food. The penguins that you see on television that are studying the freezing weather an egg sort of nestled between the feet are different. They're not this type of penguin. These penguins nest in burrows, so they're also adding lots of nest boxes as well, so that they can breed and they can have lots of babies, and there'll be space for lots of babies when they've had them. So carrying on round the outer perimeter of the penguin enclosure, they're also getting a new liner to their pool. I think that's the pool, and it's obviously drained at the moment. So you can see the workman's tools inside the where the water should be. And the liner is going to make the pond a lot easier to clean out, so that'll be a lot better for the keepers, and it will improve the experience for the birdies as well. And you can see here a beautiful bit of woodwork, and the guys are building a new walkway and platform. So this is going to give you a better sight and a better view over the penguin enclosure, so you'll be able to see the birds better. And the keepers will also be able to entertain the birds more, because they'll be able to feed them in different ways rather than from sort of one point. So that'll be really interesting to come back when the fencing's down and see what it is that they've actually built and what difference it makes, because Blackpool Zoo has got the only UK collection of Magellanic penguins in the UK. There you go, you see, penguins cared for in a facility in our quarantine area with their own pool. And look at, just as an aside, look at all these bits of wood. Just imagine what we could make out of them. The noisy ones that are making a racket over here are the sea lions. I don't know whether they're shouting for the keepers to come and feed them or what they're up to, but they're certainly making a din. So the oldest of the penguins that's coming to live in this lovely deluxe abode is a 25-year-old female called Pringle. And the youngest is a 19-month-old called Andrew, named after his keeper, Andrew Enderby, who were round the clock keeping an eye when the parents were rearing him. And here we have an opportunist seagull. If you've not been to the zoo for a long time, you've probably watched other vlogs, but it really is lovely, and they've spent such a lot of money on it. They've done so many improvements, it's made a really big difference. Let's go and have a look at these. Oh, here we go. Look, you see, this is the problem. The seagulls all know where the food is, so they're coming for their helping and bringing bugs and diseases with them. So these are the noisy ones that are making the din. Just look at the speed that they're swimming. So there's all kinds of stuff happening and being done at Blackpool Zoo since Pax Reunidos took them over. There's about 1,000 residents in this 37-acre site. They've even got a lighthouse, look, they've even got a lighthouse. So in 2008 the giraffe house was redone. Let me get my bearings. I think giraffes might be down there somewhere. There's a kids farm, which is definitely in that barn there, because I made a proper mental note of that. In fact, I think we'll go and have a look at the kids farm. There's the ape house, which was done in 2013. Wallaby walkabout. The orangutan place straight in front of us is new, and then in 2017 the last big development was the elephant house. And then, of course, we had a bit of a pandemic. What's your name? What's your name? Ooh, are you waiting to see if they've got any fish? From one extreme to another, big cats and meerkats. Not much difference in that, is there? And the big cats are also getting a new house as well, because in late spring this year, it's all happening at the zoo. In late spring this year, there is a new big cat house being opened. So that'll be exciting. We'll look forward to that. We like all these openings and launches, and of course there's toilets as well. Look, public toilets. You need to know where all the lows are. This is the main road. This is East Park Drive. And that, at the other side of the cars, is Stanley Park. And we're going to go and see what we can find in the kids' farm. Looks like it's feeding time at the zoo. They're all munching. They're all busy munching. This is this is about my level, this, because you all know that I make a beeline for any little faces. Hello, Goatee. Hello. Now then, what's your name, eh? What's your name? Eh? Is your name 0025? Oh, yeah, Piggy Wiggy says so. Oh, look, Mr. Magpie. Mr. Magpie coming to see what he can catch. He looks in very good condition as well, doesn't he? Is Kevin having his dinner? Hello, Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Kevin the pig. Little guinea piggy. Lovely guinea pigs make a right nice noise. I had a little guinea pig just like that one. Just like this one. I used to call him Patch. They're gorgeous. Can anybody hurt them? It's very good, isn't it? It smells lovely. It smells all strawy and manure-y. Little sheepies. A sheepy. No, I'm not amused. I don't want to know. I'm not playing. Oh, it's a little popo that's snorting, not a piggy. Oh, this one looks like he's interested. Are you interested, little sheep? No, Mrs. I'm not. Go away. These two have come to say hello. They've come to say hello to all our watchers, haven't you? Mrs. What are you doing? Why are you pointing that at me? Why are you pointing that at me? What is it? Can I eat it? So one thing I forgot to tell you while we were around at the penguin enclosure is why they're called Magellanic penguins. Hope I've said that right. You've got to remember that I'm from Yorkshire, so my pronunciation may not be 100% accurate. And they were named after the Portuguese. Oh, look at these two. Look at these two pretty boys chasing round. Oh, that looks like a courtship ritual to me, if ever I did see one. They were named after the Portuguese explorer that discovered them, that first spotted them all the way back in 1520. He was called Ferdinand Magellan. So that explains why they're called Magellanic penguins. And Blackpools arrived in 2009, and they are natively found in South America. They breed in coastal Patagonia, including Argentina, Chile and the Falklands. So frankly, on a day like today, wherever they are in the quarantine area, my fingers are telling me that it feels as cold as it does in their native regions. So they probably feel quite at home in Blackpool today, to be honest. It's not warm. It's not warm. So we will be back. We will come back and we'll have a look at Super Deluxe Penguinarium and have a look and see how splendidly lovely it is. And I'll see if I can manage to pop one or two in my backpack. and smuggle them out and take them home with me. So don't forget, make sure that you give this video a like, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and get that little bell clicked for notifications, because we're going to be doing all kinds of things and going to all kinds of places this summer. So from a lovely Blackpool Zoo, at least it's dry even if it's cold. And frankly, does it matter if you're in a lovely place like this? We will bid you goodbye until next time. See you later. Bye for now.